Welcome in on a Tuesday, and we are dedicating this topic to Wojo. That's right, to Wojo and all the idiots who think like him. It's going to be exciting. Hooray. Good times are here again. We have a 500 baseball team.
I promised the people you'd be positive.
I am.
Okay.
We're absolutely mediocre. Come on, Rico. Next stop, the penthouse.
Fun.
We'll take that. Come on. Fun. All right, let's get into this because I do want to see, all smarm aside,
All you need is the party favor now.
Cookies sent me Wojo's ridiculous vomit from last night. Oh, and they have a better record than the world champions. Yeah, who are down 10 players, you moron.
You could do Mad Lib. You knew that headline was going to happen.
What did I say on the air yesterday? The bought and paid for media would already have We're 500 commemorative T-shirts that they would be selling to the public tomorrow.
Dude, I'm surprised they didn't even go full 30. What if I told you?
This team was woefully mediocre 60 games in.
And still better than a defending world champion.
Boom, boo, 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 boo. I just have another gin, Bob. So let's do this, though. Let's live in this alcohol-infused world of Wojo. Let's pretend our BAC is 3 times the legal limit, and he's probably still at home in his underwear. Let's live in this world. The Tigers are 500. No matter how good or bad you think they are, no matter how enjoyable or painful you found the journey, or whether you're even participating in the journey, because they're not, most likely, not on your television. I gave you the pathway to positivity last week. I said, look, this is what it'll take for me to alter the conversation and think differently about the team. And it wasn't whether I thought they could do it or would do it. It's if they get to the following checkpoint. And it was 7 games over on July 15th. To then, in a good faith manner, talk about being a buyer at the deadline, not a seller. So with that in mind, The Athletic had a very interesting piece ranking the tiers of deadline and whether you're a buyer, you're in this weird vortex of the middle, or you're a seller. The Tigers are in the middle. That's just where they are. I think they were 19th. So the question is, what will it take for this team to be a buyer? To where all of us, no matter how they're winning games, no matter how good or bad it is, we can all get behind chasing a wild card. We can stop talking about the Scooble debate. We can put away the conversation that's unfortunate but real that you got to trade Jack Flaherty. Yeah, I mean, it's just what's going to happen. How do we change that? Well, getting to 500 is the first step in that. You know, they were 23-27 10 days ago. They've gone 7-3 over their last 10. It's good baseball. It's great baseball percentage-wise. So the question is now, okay, how do we build off of this? I want to know from you guys, and certainly we're going to go around the room here, and I want to hear from Rico on this, David, Kenny. What will it take for them to be a buyer? What will it, and again, whether you think it's going to happen or not, you're free to tell me. Do I have doubts? Of course I do. I mean, last night is case in point. You get 2 home runs from a broke bleep catcher. You have like 3 hits all night.
Man, he had family in the stands.
I don't care. I hope they get a gift bag. I mean, Scooble is like prime Scherzer, prime Verlander, prime Jack Morris right now.
Shook off the early run. And,
right.
Yeah.
And you got a 50-pitch win, hold, and save from Bo Brisky. Oh, okay. Sure. That's sustainable. No, it's not. But they got it done. And again, I don't care who they're playing. There's going to be good teams, bad teams. In the case of the Rangers, a gutted team from injury. You play who's in front of you. Mm-hmm. The object with baseball is be way better than not over a long haul. Peaks and valleys aside. So I would like to know from you guys. Okay, they're 500. We're not going to throw a party like Wojo. I don't know who celebrates mediocrity. I don't. Hey, Kenny, that was a real mediocre shift by you. Congratulations. Like, we don't celebrate. Rico, totally mediocre topic by you yesterday. Great work. You don't celebrate that. Hey, if you run a restaurant right now, ever celebrate a mediocre dinner service? Ever hand out bonuses for that? Hey, chef, absolutely quintessential mediocrity with that dinner service. No.
Great mediocre steak.
Right. But hey, let's all touch our chandeliers over a 30-30 baseball team. No. Not in this day part. So let's talk about it. How do we go from mediocrity to product we're proud of? What do we have to do to be a buyer at the deadline? What has to happen? What do you need to see? What players have to be a participant in it? Let's build a case for positivity that Wojo's too lazy or intellectually bankrupt to do. How do we do that? How can we essentially fix Bob minus rehab? How do we fix the issue here where we don't sell lies and false hope and intellectually dishonest things like better record than champs, burp? Bob, they're down 10 players. Just shut up. So let's just talk in real terms. What would you need to see as a fan to say, I'm not trading Flaherty, I'm not trading Skubal, and in fact, I'm trading for Pete Alonso. I'm trading for...
Wow.
Well, listen, he's turned the Mets down 3 times, and your first baseman's driving a milk truck.
Yeah, and I was reading, I guess the Mets realized they're not going to get a haul back for him.
Nope. But it was an example.
No. I get what you're saying.
Don't know that I want to, giving you name. Because unlike other people at this place, I'm not just ripping an opinion without giving you one of my own.
Right. See, I was thinking same organization, maybe going to get JD Martinez
all
and
of them,
bringing him here.
All of them. Kenny, warm up the car. We'll pick him up.
Here's what I would say, and it kind of goes to what we talked about earlier this week. I need you to be at least 2.5, maybe 3 games from the wild card spot, which means with the staff that you have, if you could add just at least one more bat, you may have enough to sustain for the rest of the season to make up those 3 games to get into the wild card. Because I think with this team, making the playoffs will be an accomplishment. It's something that they can actually build upon.
I think getting to September and playing meaningful baseball is an accomplishment.
Yeah.
I do.
Yes.
I do.
No smarm here.
No.
Now, the problem with that's what I want, and I'm trying to stay positive, and I'm positive it won't happen.
Oh, dear. The deflator strikes again.
No, Kenny actually changed my mind by saying it was something I was thinking, but when Kenny said it out loud in the pre-show meeting, I was like, okay, so I'm not the only one that thinks that. So I don't want to steal Kenny's thunder.
Okay.
I'm going to let Kenny tell you what he said in the pre-show meeting.
No, that's not what I said in the pre-show meeting.
Okay.
I was more talking about Scott Harris. I mean, we heard from him, last week on the MLB Network, and he basically outlined that, hey, we're not ready to spend on players right now. That, to me, proves his mindset is if we're a middling wild card type team, I'm not going to trade assets for players. I think you have to bridge that 9.5 game gap you have against Cleveland in the division, which to me seems like a mountain. It seems unlikely. So
Okay.
I don't think they're in that spot.
So to expand upon what Kenny said, Mike, once again, I'm taking Scott Harris at his word.
Mm-hmm.
Will the core be ready in the next 4 or 5 weeks? I don't think so, which means he is saying, don't look for me to spend any money. I've already told you. I mean, the year before, I'm not going to be a drunken sailor. This time I'm not spending any money until this core is ready. I would, if you're within 3 games of the wild card, you absolutely need to go out. It doesn't have to be Pete Alonso, but you have to bring in something to help this anemic offense because you are wasting. If your pitchers are all still here after the trade deadline and you did not go add a bat, that is criminal.
And you take him at his word because what did he do this past offseason? Kenta Maeda, and that's about it. And and Jack Flaherty. I mean, great. One of those pitchers is good.
Having pizza bites. All right.
But he proved what he's saying is true. He proved he's not lying to you right now.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Based upon this and his history, it's not me being the deflator. I just have a hard time. I want them. If you're within 3 games, man.
Can we clear something up? This is one of the biggest misnomers, and I just think it's what dumb people do. Everyone wants them to win. No one at this station benefits from them losing.
Oh, no.
No one. So you and your 3 teeth and your limited brain cells, I don't know how you think anyone wins if they lose. We all want them to win. The difference is some of us live in reality. We're not playing with a rubber ducky in a bubble bath. And we also don't do a bunch of self-examination when we're 500, okay? You want to touch your grocery bag? Can we have a winning record, sustain good baseball, and God forbid be entertaining? Huh? How about a run differential bigger than the amount of fingers we have? I will give you the things that I think need to happen in order for us to hit the marker of pathway to positivity. I can give those to you next.
Okay. Oh.
Got him. Hey, by the way, shout out Doug and Scott who keep the studio at 86 degrees. I hate both of you. I hope you both have diarrhea. What professionals intentionally raise a thermostat on a day where the heat index today is 102? They are sociopathic, insane people. Sell them, Rico.